How to stop the same arguments with my partner. Another argument about the same trivial thing, perhaps dressed in slightly different clothes, but fundamentally, it's the exact same fight you've had countless times before. You recognize the script, the roles, even the tired, worn-out feelings. It's exhausting, frustrating, and ultimately, soul-crushing. This sense of déjà vu in your relationship isn't just a sign of poor communication. It's a powerful indicator that something deeper, often unconscious, is at play. The content of the argument, the chores, the money, the time spent on phones, the in-laws, is rarely the real issue. It's merely the stage for a much older, ingrained relational script that you and your partner keep unconsciously reenacting. This video will help you uncover these hidden psychological agreements and the surprising, often dysfunctional, benefits these recurring conflicts might be secretly providing, trapping you both in a loop you desperately want to escape. Imagine your relationship has an unconscious playbook. Each time you argue, you're not improvising a new scene, you're simply running through an old one. The characters, you and your partner, are perfectly playing their assigned roles, following a familiar choreography of escalation, withdrawal, accusation, or defense. The specific issue might change its costume, but the dance, the emotional rhythm, the predictable reactions, remains chillingly the same. The true problem isn't the argument itself, but the pattern. These recurring conflicts are powerful signposts, screaming for your attention to reveal the unresolved issues, unmet needs, and unconscious beliefs that live beneath the surface. Unearthing the unconscious benefits and hidden agendas of recurring arguments. Why do we get stuck in these painful loops? I can tell you it's often because, at some unconscious level, the argument is doing something for one or both partners, even if that something is ultimately destructive. Number 1. Reinforcing a hidden, relational contract. Early in our lives, often during childhood, we form unconscious contracts or beliefs about how relationships work and how we get attention, love, or security. These beliefs become deeply ingrained relational scripts. Your recurring arguments might be unconsciously reinforcing one of these familiar, albeit painful, dynamics. For example, I am always the one who has to chase/beg to be heard. They will always eventually abandon me, so I'll create distance first. I have to fight to prove my worth or assert my needs. Conflict is the only way to truly feel my partner's passion or attention. Self-reflection: what underlying rule or belief about relationships does this recurring argument seem to confirm for you, or for both of you? Does it feel like a familiar dynamic from your past? Number 2. The safety of predictable pain, avoiding the unknown. As strange as it sounds, predictable conflict can sometimes feel safer than the terrifying unknown of true intimacy, vulnerability, or even genuine resolution. The argument acts as a familiar boundary, preventing the relationship from venturing into deeper, potentially more frightening emotional territory. It's the devil you know, a painful but predictable way to interact that avoids the greater perceived risks of profound emotional connection or a radical change in the relationship's dynamic. Self-reflection: if this argument actually resolved for good, what might change in your relationship that you, or your partner, might unconsciously fear? What new demands or vulnerabilities might emerge? Number 3. A dysfunctional bid for connection or attention. When positive, healthy ways of connecting or getting attention feel unavailable, neglected, or too risky, arguments can become an unconscious, negative way to ensure interaction. Even negative attention is still attention. It confirms that you exist and that your partner is still engaged, albeit in a painful way. It can be a desperate, misguided attempt to fill an unmet need for contact, significance, or validation. Self-reflection: is this argument, in a twisted way, the most reliable or intense form of interaction or attention you consistently receive from your partner? What positive forms of connection might be missing? Number 4. Externalizing internal conflict. Sometimes, the seemingly external conflict you have with your partner is actually an externalization of an internal conflict you're having within yourself. Perhaps you're grappling with uncertainty about your identity, a moral dilemma, a professional struggle, or deep-seated self-worth issues. Your partner can become a convenient screen onto which you project these unresolved internal struggles, making the external fight feel more manageable than confronting the internal chaos. Self-reflection. Is there an internal battle you're fighting, about yourself, your life choices, your values, that seems to mirror the theme or intensity of this recurring argument? Number 5. Love styles and conflict. Beyond general attachment styles, our love styles, how we inherently give and prefer to receive love, can be a major source of recurring conflict. Building on John Allen Lee's typology, consider Eros, passionate, idealistic, may argue if the spark or ideal connection is not constantly met, feeling disillusioned. Ludus, playful, uncommitted, may argue if feeling trapped, or if a partner is too serious, leading to perceived micromanagement. Storge, friendship-based, companionate, may argue if intimacy is pushed too fast, or if practical needs aren't met, feeling their secure base is threatened. Pragma, practical, logical, may argue over perceived inefficiencies or impracticality, feeling their partner is not contributing rationally. Mania, obsessive, dependent, may argue out of intense jealousy, insecurity, or a desperate need for constant reassurance, fearing abandonment. Agape, altruistic, selfless, may argue if their self-sacrificing nature is taken for granted, or if they feel their partner isn't equally giving, leading to resentment. If your inherent love style clashes significantly with your partner's, or if you're both unconsciously communicating love in ways the other doesn't understand, this same argument often isn't about the issue at hand, but about the unreceived or misinterpreted love. Breaking the script, from repetition to revelation. You have the power to stop running the same old play. Breaking the script requires conscious awareness and a willingness to try something new. 1. Identify your role in the play. What part do you consistently play in the argument's escalation, de-escalation, or perpetuation? What are your predictable lines, reactions, and feelings? 2. Question the benefit. Honestly ask yourself, what is this argument doing for me, or for us, even if it's painful? What familiar feeling, outcome, or interaction does it reliably provide? 3. Interrupt the pattern. Once you recognize the script unfolding, deliberately choose to do something different. This might be saying, I notice we're having this exact argument again. I need a moment to think about what's really happening here, beneath the surface. Changing your typical reaction, e.g., if you usually pursue and talk louder, try taking a deep breath and creating space. If you usually withdraw, try staying gently engaged and verbally acknowledging the pattern. 4. Communicate the underlying need, shift from the surface complaint to the hidden desire. Instead of, you never help with X, try, when X doesn't happen, what I'm really needing is to feel supported, like a team, appreciated, secure. Rewriting your relationship story. Recurring arguments are not just annoying. They are powerful signposts leading you to deeper, often unconscious dynamics within your relationship. Understanding these scripts, your relational contracts, fear of the unknown, bids for attention, internal conflicts, and clashing love styles, is the key to breaking free from their grip. You have the power to stop reenacting the old play. By consciously choosing new responses, exploring your deeper needs, and understanding your partners, you can begin to rewrite your relationship story, moving from repetitive conflict to genuine understanding and profound connection. Understanding these deeper, often unconscious patterns is the first step towards transforming your relationship dynamics. If you're ready to explore your own attachment and love styles, or to gain further personalized insights into your relationship's unique challenges, consider taking therapychats.com's free in-depth relationship test, which includes assessments for both attachment and love styles. If this video resonates with you, Please leave comments in the below and subscribe our channel for more relationship psychological videos. Thank you so much for your watching. See you soon.